guys, so I just wanted to do a review of the brand new MAC Pro palette design, which features a clear lid and a magnetic base, and it comes without an insert, but you can buy the insert separately. And I just wanted to go over the different features of the palette and how it compares to others in the same genre or category. So let's get right into it. For those of you who are familiar with MAC, you know they have, or they've had these palettes that you can put eyeshadows in, or blushes, or cream color bases. Now the old design is just like this, plain black. It has a opaque black lid that you can't see through, and it has, well, the eyeshadow version has 15 slots that you can fill up with eyeshadow pans or eyeshadow singles that you can buy. And they also have a blush version that has 6 slots that can fit the MAC blushes. So this is the old design that didn't have a see-through lid, and people would go ahead and label them like I have done here just to remind them what's in the actual palettes. Now MAC did a great thing, but I don't think they were innovative at all, because those of you who are familiar with the makeup industry and you've been around, and you know that one of the key things that makeup artists, just professional makeup artists, look for are ways to keep their products together, to minimize space in their kits, because you don't want to lug around a lot of products, because it gets heavy, it gets crowded, and you can't fit everything into like a little carry bag or, you know, your little train case. So most MAC, not MAC, but most makeup artists, what they do are is pretty much carry around palettes. And it's very handy for them to just have a palette and put all their products in there and just travel with them. It's great for travel. It's great for organizing your colors, organizing your eyeshadows and blushes, and it's just a great organization tool. Now the trouble that a lot of artists have run into, and just makeup connoisseurs overall, is that these MAC palettes, you can't see through them, right? Obviously. Now, you guys may have heard of Z palettes, which actually are similar to this, and they came out a while back, like a couple of years now, and they have a clear see-through plastic lid, similar to this, but it is not, this is a hard plastic design. The Z palettes has more of like a cheaper, I don't know if it's plastic, but it feels like thickened cardboard is what it feels like to me. That's the material. But it has the see-through lid, which makes it perfect for makeup artists to see. You grab your palette, you see exactly what you have in it because it has the see-through lid. So now people have been using those for the last couple of years. Everybody's intrigued and all that. I have not gotten any because I don't like palettes really. And one of the reasons is that I can't see through them. But I didn't like the Z palettes because to me, and I've seen them at the makeup show, they just feel a little bit too cheap for me. I like sleek, sturdy designs, and I didn't like the cardboardy feel. Now, to address that, MAC has now come out with their own versions of that palette. Like I said, I don't think they're innovative, but they've definitely done a great job on this design. Now I'll show you the comparison to the old version. So it's about the same size actually, lengthwise, widthwise. It's a little shorter, just a little bit shorter, but it's about the same width, but the thickness, it's a little thicker than this one. And why I think is a great, I think they did it a little deeper for a couple of reasons. One, you can fit like higher products. So if you have a domed eyeshadow or a domed blush or something, you can fit that in here without smushing or breaking the top. So that's why I think it's deeper. Also, what's great about these is you can buy them just like this, and you can buy the insert separately. Now the insert, you'll see, has 15 slots for the eyeshadows, so it's kind of similar to, not this one, but it's similar to the 15 eyeshadow palette that they already have. Now these inserts pop in and out of these palettes really easily. You just clip them in just like that. Now they stay secure, they won't fall out. As you can see, it won't fall out. It stays secure, your eyeshadows stay secure. And I'll show you one that I've already filled out. This is one that I filled out just to see how it would look, and it looks gorgeous. So it fits right in, nothing's shaking around. The eyeshadows fit snugly in here. Closes nice, right? Now, one other thing that you might be curious, how easy is it to pop these things in and out? And really and truly, that was a concern of mine, because it was like, I don't want to have to pop these out and break my eyeshadows. Now, some people may be familiar with the Inglot palettes, and to get these eyeshadows out, you gotta do some finagling with the magnet, and you end up breaking your eyeshadows. Now, that was a concern of mine with this palette. I was like, what's gonna happen? But it's really simple to get them out. You do a little bit of a twist, like you just twist it a little bit, and the edge pops up. It's really simple to do. I just twist it, the edge pops up, and I can pop it right out without damaging my eyeshadows. So, pops right out. Now, another thing is that these slots will fit the standard size eyeshadow pan. So your Urban Decay eyeshadow pans, they'll fit. You have the Makeup Geek eyeshadow pans, they'll fit. Lorac eyeshadows, and I think there are a few other eyeshadows that are the standard size, and they will fit just like the MAC eyeshadows. They will fit, the pans will fit into these little slots. So it's great if you have other eyeshadows from other brands that you want to use this palette for. Now, what if your eyeshadows aren't this size? Now, that's the great thing about this palette. It's magnetized right here. And if you have metal eyeshadow pans that have a magnet on the back, and I'll show you an example. This is another one. And they come with a nice protective thing there. And I kept this on just so I could show you that they do come protected, so this isn't damaged during shipping. Now, this is one that I filled out. So if you put the slots in, it holds 15 eyeshadows, right? If you leave the insert out and you just put eyeshadows in, as long as they have a magnet on the back, like these do, these are just the pans that you can buy separately rather than buying the eyeshadow in a little pot like this. You just buy the single eyeshadows like this, and you can just stick them in if they have the magnets on the back. Now, you can always go ahead, if you depot and you want to add your own magnets, like I've done with a few of my eyeshadows. I add the sticker that's on the back of my eyeshadow. I take that off and I add it to the back of the pan so I can remember the name. And I also add a little piece of magnet that you can get at a craft store, and I stick it on. It's an adhesive backed magnet. Put it on and it sticks right into your palette. Now, once your eyeshadows are secured in the palette with their magnets, these eyeshadows won't fall out. So the magnet in the actual palette itself is very strong, and it holds on to those eyeshadows so they won't fall out, which is a great plus because you don't want to worry about things jiggling around, and they won't jiggle around. They won't fall out. This is a really good palette. Now, you may ask me how many can fit into this palette. Now, with the inserts, you fit 15. With the insert out, you can fit 4 rows of 6. So you can fit 24 eyeshadows in here of the standard MAC eyeshadow size. That will fit in here. So 24 can fit, and I'm sure you can move them around a little bit and maybe fit 25, but 24 is standard. Okay? And then, in addition to that, you can also fit blushes in. And what I found is that this will fit the MAC size blushes. This will fit about 8 of those blushes. And I'll show you that right now as I just quickly put them into the palette like I did before. So it will fit 8 of the blushes comfortably in here. So the previous one had slots for 6, and you could remove the slot, the insert, and that would take, you know, prying it out, and then it wouldn't be magnetized, so you'd kind of have to glue it. It was a whole mess, and I never wanted to take the inserts out of my MAC palettes because I thought it was messy. But people did that to save on space. Now you don't have to do that because this already comes pre-done like that. Okay, so that's the MAC palette overall. Now I'm sure you're wondering, what's the price? Alright, so the palette itself, that goes for, I'll tell you right now, the palette itself is $18. So this, the empty palette, without the insert, the empty palette by itself is $18. The insert on its own is $9. So you can go ahead and get the palette by itself for $18, or get the insert with it, which would give you a total of $27. You may not want to do that. Some people are going to just get the palette by itself and it's $18. And I really think it's a great deal. And I'll tell you why. Compared to the previous palettes, this was $16. So you're spending $2 more for the improved design. So these were $16, and now you can get the improved design for $18, which is $2 more. Not a bad like price. And then the Z palettes, actually, that are comparable, that's the most comparable on the market, those are $20 for the same size, and I did the dimensions. It's the same size palette pretty much, and it's $20. So you're actually saving on, to me, a better quality palette, because this is sturdy plastic with a great plastic see-through. It's compared to like a cardboardy, maybe it's a thinner plastic, maybe it's plastic now, but it's not as sturdy to me. I didn't like the design, I didn't like it. But one thing about the Z palettes, you can get different colors, different designs, you know, and make your whole thing all pretty. With the MAC, they only come in black. These are cheaper than the Z palettes. The Z palettes don't come with inserts either, so it's the same kind of comparison. And you can't actually buy inserts for the Z palette. With these, you can actually get the insert if you so felt like it. Here's the Urban Decay eyeshadow palette that they just came out with, that is about 3/4 of the size of this, and it only holds 6 eyeshadows, right? They have the one that holds 4 eyeshadows as well. Looks like this. Has this little insert, is plastic. The metal case, I do like the metal on this, but the insert here only fits these fancy dancy Urban Decay shadows. So this was just designed for Urban Decay. So this is not versatile. You can't use it for other shadows. So why would you even want this? Plus it's big and bulky, and just it only holds 6. The MAC palette will hold 24. That's one way to look at it. Then you have the Makeup Forever palettes, which I do like these. They're nice and sleek. They fit the Makeup Forever eyeshadows and like larger eyeshadows that are this size. Now they have to be this size because they have the inserts. You have Makeup Forever palettes that are larger, they're longer, they have inserts. There's some that don't have inserts, but I'll tell you right now, they're more expensive and they don't have the see-through cover. So I don't see these as a plus over the new MAC palette, because these are more expensive, no see-through cover, which I think is a great plus in the MAC palettes. You have the Stila palettes too that only fit Stila sized eyeshadows, which Stila is not a standard size eyeshadow. They're smaller than the Makeup Forever ones, and so nothing else fits in there but Stila size eyeshadow. So this is useless. They no longer really sell these. These are on sale now. You can get them on sale for like $10 for this 4 thing, but like I said, they're not versatile. It doesn't matter. So overall, I think these MAC palettes, the new design is fantastic. I think it's great for organization. If you're looking to organize your collection, if you're looking to downsize on storage space pretty much and have your products all in palettes, you might want to check these out. I think these are fantastic. They're great options. You can get it with the insert or without the insert. For me, I like the option of having the insert because I just like it. It's pretty. And I'll show you. Just look how pretty that is. This is the insert. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. At the back of the insert, there's like little slots that you can get your eyeshadows out so they're not stuck there. So it's pretty, it's nice, it's convenient, it's a great price actually. It's comparable to those on the market. It's actually cheaper than the Z palettes. So if you're in the market for palettes and you want to check these out, I say definitely go for it. I give it a thumbs up. I think they're a great price, great design, great bargain. So hopefully this helps you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.